Nothing interesting happened today. Yet the market lost $69 billion, most of it in Terra Luna Classic. Nonetheless, this is precisely why I have zero fear. Sure, just burst out in a blaze of glory. In spite of the severe downturn we're seeing at the moment, there's still reason to hope for a turnaround. For instance, the leader of the Celsius network has intentions to rebrand the organization as a custodian, with a primary focus on handling customers' crypto assets. It all came to pass after a catastrophic collision. The following are some of the reasons why I'm not overly concerned about the future events. Among other things, the merger is scheduled for September 15th, 2022. Incredible, 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 right? This is excellent, which is just cool. It seems like a lot of terrible changes have occurred in the space of only a few days. A timeless classic. There was widespread support for a 1.2% burn from the Lunar Class Committee. One may say that this is our most ambitious project to date. Change in Las Vegas. That's a significant deal for me right now, actually. Lots of people think that Binance, which controls 35% of the supply at the moment, should just burn all the tokens it has in circulation. These tokens have been given to you by everyone. That is the key distinction. We can only hope that by the time the 1.2% tax takes effect in a few days, people will have had enough. All of us are responsible for pitching in. This is the topic of current conversation. But what worries me is, where will classical music go from here, right? The common folk perceive a pump. Its value has increased by 20%, but recently it has been dropping. It dropped from a 0.5 to 0. There will be much more in the future. Next, we'll try to make your state's classic backed to the $1 price point. People are currently just waiting to see what happens in the promotion of the classic. Potentially, there will be a lot more positive developments in the future. Get majority of the lost jobs restored. Over the course of a number of old-school battles, we managed to get the US back to $1 in a more long-term and stable fashion, and we subsequently build a solid basis. I'm mostly worried about where to take the Classic Army from here, as we're currently doing the Classic Army. There is no telling which way it will go next. Right now, it may go up or down. It increased. Some say my coinage is safe in stacking, but I've heard that's not true, right? Indeed, that is the most significant takeaway. There is no doubt that it's a drop from what it was, but Luna Classic is still crushing it. It's functioning as intended and continues to perform admirably. MK Global has burnt up about 1 billion Luna Classics so far this month. In the billions in the future, this number may easily reach 1 trillion, and that's the kind of growth I relish witnessing. Initially, I reverted to a centralized exchange back to the traditional if the figures emerge from the ashes. Having said that, if you're interested in seeing more cars like these, hit that like button, and I'll keep you posted. In related news, however, the whole thing is awful. We are at a crossroads in the classic and can't decide whether to pump or dump. The market, however, has erased $90 billion, and much of that was due to awful circumstances. The standard, too. Help me out by giving this a like and following me on Twitter if you're interested in working on it together. Pay on